talk a lot at universities, and I tend to do my best to tell them the truth that there are problems out there. And what is remarkable for me is I tell them these stories and what I think is happening in foreign policy and monetary policy, inflation, unemployment. And then by explaining, what we should do, foreign market economy and having its own money and all, most of them go away being very optimistic. And I've always been fascinated with that. You think, oh boy, this is so overwhelming, we can't do anything. But there are answers for this. Otherwise we wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here if I didn't think there was an answer for this. And the fact that what we've done over the many decades has prolonged our depressions and recessions means what should we do to get it over with? Well, one of the best time in history to look at is the Depression of 1921. And it was the Depression, the consequence of inflation of World War I. And then there had to be a sharp correction and adjustment for all the mistakes made. And the Depression was very, very severe. Like 15% GDP drop in 1 year. But back then, the economics of it was just keep your hands off. A year or so came back, and we hardly ever even read about it in our textbooks about 1921. But because of this intervention, it prevents the correction from occurring. The correction means that debt has to be liquidated, malinvestment. That means the mistakes made. If you built too many houses, you have to get over that. You have to quit building houses. In Washington, when the housing market goes down, they're still trying to figure out how to stimulate housing. And what you want to do is get the prices down. Oh, that's not politically correct, to let prices go down. But you want prices to go down. And then if the housing prices went way down, maybe some poor people who were frugal could buy a house, and that would help correct it. But we would have a lot more to do. We would have to repatriate our capital by taking off double taxation on the business people who park their money overseas. We should drastically reduce, of course, my ideal on a corporate tax or an income tax is as close to zero as you can get. Regulations are overly burdensome, and it's this lack of confidence in the future. The expansion of medical care with Obama now and the unknowns of how much this is going to cost, that has put a damper on the enthusiasm to invest. So a lot of that has to be corrected. But you could restore confidence immediately. If a president would go in office and immediately show that we're going to have a different foreign policy, that's where he has the most authority. He has other contentions to deal with on what the Congress does. But in foreign policy, the president is in charge of the troops. So I want to stop the wars. I want to bring the troops home as quickly as possible.